All right, today we'll work on the tree, left-hand side. So it is this tree, but we're going to make it a lot more pink than this. We'll put some white as well, but we'll start with the pink. So to do this tree, we're going to start with a combination of colors, but mostly it's this is what we have here: titanium white, alizarin crimson, cadmium red light, ultramarine violet, or any purple you have is fine. And I have a kind of a medium size brush. It's not too small. We want to spread the pink around first. So we're going to take, for that, let me see if we start with this combination. Alizarin crimson and ultramarine violet with white. That's a good color. It's a nice color for a base. And not too dark. We don't have to go too dark with this color.
It's more in a mauvey kind of tone.
It's still pink, but it has purple in it.
Yeah.
Can you see it better now? I just adjusted the exposure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it has a bit of purple in there, like a mauve color. Yeah. Okay, so let's take this, and with the corner of my brush, because I have more control and I don't need much to spread it too much. I'm just going to put a layer, tap on the color, and you can see it's not that dark. It will go darker eventually because acrylic dries darker. But the nice thing about using a big brush is that you can just sometimes push the brush use it flat or side. So if you want to cover a lot, use it flat. If you want to cover a bit, especially the edge or the end of the tree, use the side. Keep an eye on the shape you're creating. It should look fluffy. Let's see, this tree hangs over the water a bit, or the grass. If you cover the sky, if you think that you are going over the sky too much, that's okay. We can put it back on. We can put the sky back, the blue. We will be putting branches as well, so it will look very nice once it's done. Even the green, even if you go over the green and you think after that it's too much, that's okay. We can always go back and fix it. So I'm trying to keep the edge of the tree fluffy. Okay. Right, I'm going to stop for a minute and then we'll come back to start with the highlights. Okay, so now we're going to start highlighting. So to highlight, I'm going to add a little bit of cadmium red light to the mixture because I find that cadmium red light, when I'm making a pink color, gives kind of a life to the color, to the pink. It's kind of pop. It pops. It's not, especially when you add white to any pink, to alizarin crimson or to purple. Sometimes if you want a really nice pink, you need to add that kind of strong orange color in there. Not orange, it's not orange, it's cadmium red light. Okay, there we go. Let's see, let's try. Yep, that's good. Let's add a tiny bit more of the alizarin crimson because the only reason I'm putting a little bit more of alizarin crimson because I want a medium tone. So I have the dark, I'm going to go to medium tone and then I will highlight more.
The ultramarine violet in this as well, right?
I just took cadmium red light and I put it in the previous combination, which was alizarin crimson and violet.
Right.
And yeah, and also you will not end up with one pink. You will see different kind of pinks. Some of the pinks will have purple, some of them will have just red. So it's nice instead of having one pink, one kind of pink from dark to light. Okay, so this is medium tone right now. If you find that your color is too orangey, like too red, put the alizarin crimson in there. Add the alizarin crimson. Because red is, cadmium red light is very strong. I'm trying to keep some of the first layer showing through. I'm not covering the whole thing, the whole tree. So it's nice to see layers of different values in there. This value will allow me to highlight over it. So it's perfect. it will look much better as well when we start putting branches and twigs. Right now it looks just pink, but by the time we put the rest of the tree, it will look fantastic.
It's good news.
Right, so once this is done, I'm going to go same color, combination of colors, and I'm going to bring in more white into the pink. Some of my brush strokes are big, some of them are small. They're not all the same size. But when I highlight, I'm highlighting, especially when there's a lot of white in there. I usually try to not to put too much of big blobs of highlights. It's mostly the mostly little kind of brush strokes. Okay, you know what? I think I need to go with a smaller brush. Let's try smaller brush. Yeah. Now, it doesn't hurt from time to time to take just alizarin crimson and white and put some couple of brush strokes of alizarin crimson and white in there. Again, just for variety. So the pink, it's a big tree. So pink is not just one pink all over. Also, when I start putting branches and twigs and whatever, you know, then I adjust the pink that I have. All right, let's bring in some more white. Actually, I'm just gonna stop for a minute and then we'll come back to it. All right, so now the tree looks a bit square on this side. All right, so too much kind of pink in there. So I have the color of the sky, and it doesn't really have to be exactly the same. It's just cerulean blue and white. And that's why most of the time I keep the sky color simple so I can go back to it. And I'm going to reshape the tree using the sky color. So I'm going to take some blue, push the tree in, make it a little bit rounder. There, it's looking already, it looks better. There, and maybe this one too. Get rid of this. Much better than before. So this is
so pretty.
This is negative painting. So you're reshaping the tree or changing the shape of the tree by using negative painting. Also, I can do the same thing on this side. Just put a bit of blue in here, clean it up a bit. Right there. Take this out, make it smaller. Maybe get rid of this as well. There. That's much better. Okay. Now, the same thing applies for if this is a bit too, like the color is different, the blue is different, just kind of push it out a bit. This is the first layer. We'll put another layer after when it's dry, and it will be fine. We can put clouds, we can put a lot of other things in here to make it look. Here, I'm going to take a little bit more white, put it in the blue, push that in here like this. It's like clouds, and we're good. And we can put more if we want, but the sky is not the focal point, so we don't have to work on this too much. Now, the same thing applies to the bottom part, which has the green. I just have sap green here, and I have ultramarine violet from before. I'm going to mix them together and just kind of create a dark green. And this is the first layer of the dark green, so I don't really have to be, I don't have to put too much in here to give it, to cover what's in there. Now, same, I'm going to take a smaller brush so I have more control, maybe a round brush, not right there, sorry, like that. Sap green, white, just sap green and white. And I'm going to go back here. And also, if I want at this point, once I start putting the branches of the tree, the branch and the twigs and all of that, I can as well put some more pink after. But this is like opening up the tree a bit if I find that it's too dense. Now, I changed the shape of the tree just by using negative painting, and just made it a little bit more fluffier around the edges. Now, we can, at this point, before we put more highlights, we should actually put the branches and the tree trunk, because this will give us a good idea how the tree should look. I mean, the actual tree, like this one here, in here, has this little twig or branch that comes out. And I'm not sure I want to put it, or I don't, well, I will put it, but I'm not sure I want to put it in this shape. So I'm going to give myself a some room in there, so I can kind of change it if I want, or put anything I want in there. Taking sap green. Oh, this is too much. Take sap green and then just give this another, and then I can put any shape I want. All right. Okay, so I have here burnt umber, and I'm going to use smaller brush. All right, this is a good one. Right there. Let's take burnt umber. We can take sap green and burnt umber together, just to give the burnt umber some darkness. And I'm going to start putting the first layer. Let's make this wider. Because we want to make it thinner at the top. Like I mentioned before, I take the parts that I like in the tree and then I use them. So if there are parts of the tree trunk that I don't like, the way it's moving, I can change it. I don't have to follow exactly what I see. We need at least one tree trunk in there that is thick at the bottom. So one is thick and then a couple that are thin, in different sizes, thickness. It shouldn't all be the same thickness. Now that I have the initial branches, and I can switch to a round brush because I have more control. Because the branches are going to get smaller and narrower at the top of the tree. And then we will highlight those the tree trunk.
No, we're not fighting. No, no fighting.
I think she's fighting with her cat.
You know, he's just biting everything these days, and then he throws up, and it's like, what is this cat? Why is he eating all this stuff?
Well,
I don't know.
that's what cats do.
That's what cats do.
Yeah.
And you look it up on the internet, and of course it tells you your cat's dying, and you need to rush right to the emergency at vet. And I don't think so.
I don't think the cat is dying. It's just cats do that.
Cats do that. Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to take a bit of more of more tree twigs, and some of them are small. And don't worry if you go over the tree, like you see more of those tree trunks in there. That's okay. We can go over that and make them smaller or change the shape and make them, like you see here, I have a long one. I will put some pink in front of it after. So just kind of try to build up some kind of a couple of quite a bit of branches in here, or twigs, and then we'll go through them and then adjust.
No eating. No.
Make sure that your paint is a bit watery, so you can, and don't push too hard on the brush. You will get a very thick line if you do. All right, I think we're good. Let's take a tiny bit of blue, put it in this, the blue we have here, cerulean blue, and a little bit of white. Put it in that mixture of the tree trunk. And let's give this tree a tiny bit of kind of a movement or texture, I should say. So it's not just dark in there. Not everything, just the bottom part. And let's do more. Let's take more white. Put it here. It's like a grayish color. That's a nice color. Some brown in here. Back. I'm adding a little bit more burnt umber. Yeah, that's nicer. It's good. We are going to be highlighting the green grass, so it'll be fine. I'm just putting white, purple, mixing white and purple together. And I'm going to put brown in there. Make it watery. Purple, white, and brown. And I'm just giving it a bit of texture. Sometimes I want a little bit more lighter color in here. I'm just going to put a bit more white and then just go in one part, one side of the tree, give it a little bit of highlight. This is just using white, ultramarine violet, and brown. Now once it's dry, if I find that the color is too gray and it needs to be darker, I can glaze it, which I'm glazing right now. Not darker, but more, more warmer. I can glaze it. I should have waited, but I'm... I should have waited a bit. That's okay. Let's do it again. The nice thing is that no matter how many layers you put on the tree trunk, the more layers you put, the nicer it looks. Okay, good. So I'll leave it alone. Now I'm going to go back to adjusting the pinks. And this way the tree will be done. Brown brush. Now I know where the branches are. It's easier for me to figure out where I want to put my highlights. Let's take a bit more of the alizarin crimson. This is a little bit too light. Round brush. You can use any brush you like. If you find that round brush is a bit too, you're not getting the brush stroke that you want, change it into any brush you like. Now, I just realized there's a little bit of a section here that needs to be adjusted. Let's see where. Oh, there we go. And take brown again, sap green, water. All right. It'd be nice to have maybe at this point, maybe I want to put another one coming down this way. All right, you can't see it because it's behind. When I highlight the grass, you'll see it more. I connected this part to the tree on the side. Actually, I will highlight this so you can see it. There we go. Just like that. Okay, let's take this out and fade it. So the further away the trunk is, the thinner it is. Like really like a very thin kind of just like a little bit of a hint of a tree trunk in there, in between. Hint. Put water in there and then just thin hint. It's like a little thread. Nothing strong. All right, good. Now, you see here, this is connected. It looks like the pink color is behind. So what I'm going to do is take pink again with white, and alizarin crimson and white. That's what I'm doing right now. Alizarin crimson and white. And then I'm just going to put a couple in front of some of these twigs. So pushing back those twigs, the branches, I'm pushing them back. So usually what I do when I'm done with the tree and, you know, all of these things here, I go back and with a small, tiny brush, round brush, tiny one, I take only white. That white has a bit of pink on it, it's not a big deal. But I do this, just put a couple of floating dots of white. It just makes it come alive, gives it movement. It's random. I try not to make them look like they're connected or they do create a shape. I don't want them to create a shape. I just want just kind of a couple of little dots that will take your eye around the tree. And it will frame the tree. So you will see that the tree kind of has a certain shape because of these little dots that your eye is following. Okay, now, same thing. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to take light pink with more white in it, and I'm going to do this in the water. Not too thick. And I'll do this with blue as well, light blue after. Okay, now one more thing and that's it, I'm done, I promise. I'm going to take blue, white, sky color. Round brush, small round brush. I'm going to go in between where the blue is. Actually, I'm going to put more white in here. Where do you see white? Put some of this white, blue in there. Kind of more controlled cut. Brush stroke. It just again shapes gives the, when you do something like this, which is negative painting, and you bring the sky forward where the tree is, it really gives it a very interesting look. Not everywhere, just in a couple of areas. See, there's a line in there, goes like that, right there. Okay, I'm gonna just kind of make it more organic. Whenever I'm doing something like this, I'm keeping an eye on the shape of the tree at the same time. So I'm keeping an eye on what this blue I'm putting in there, negative painting, what it's doing to the tree. Okay, I'm not going to play around with this too much. That's enough. I can spend hours on this tree. I don't want to though. It's enough, because the more you work on it, sometimes it looks kind of, it loses its kind of spontaneous brushstroke that you're putting in there. So working a lot, putting too many brush strokes is not necessarily a good thing. All right, that's enough.
I have to go lay out.
And we're done anyway. So good timing, Susan.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
Bye.
it looks gorgeous.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Have a
Bye.
good week. I'll
Thanks.
go to...
All right. Thank
continue
you.
working. I'm going to make this my next project, though. I love it's so beautiful.
Yeah, wait
so
until we put the
peaceful
grass too. It will look really nice.
It's very pretty.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank
Have
you.
a great week, everybody.
You too.
Okay,
Bye, Deborah.
See you tomorrow if anybody's going.
Yes. See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Let's do a couple of little brush strokes and we're good. We're done. All right, I think we're good. Done for this week. Next week we'll work on the grass and this project will be done.